Sit down, because this isn't a story you watch. It's a confession you feel bleed through your skin. You know what's funny? They thought they could study you, analyze your shadows. They sat across from your silence like it was a crime scene, asking questions they were never built to hear the answers to. They thought you were broken, but what they didn't realize was that you were born from the very cracks they tried to fill in themselves. They interviewed your demons. Now they're losing their minds. Because your darkness didn't whisper, it smiled. It stared back at them with calm eyes and said, "You sure you want to know?" They thought they were the interrogators, but the moment they looked into your past, the chairs switched. You became the mirror. They became the confession. They wanted to see what made you dangerous. Now they can't sleep knowing it's the same thing that made you real. See, you're not the villain they imagine. You're the equation they can't solve. The saint that sinned just enough to understand both sides of heaven. You are the contradiction that keeps their moral compass spinning, because you didn't choose the light. You earned it by walking through everything that wanted you dead. They talk about healing. You talk about survival. They talk about forgiveness. You talk about rebuilding your hands after they were cut on your own mistakes. You didn't find peace. You built it from war. That's the part they'll never get, because they want your calm without your chaos, your wisdom without your wounds, your power without your price. But you've tasted the kind of pain that rewires your soul. You know how it feels to look in the mirror and see both an angel and a monster staring back, and realize they're both you. You learned that unpredictability is not insanity, it's freedom. They can't predict you because you've stopped performing. They can't control you because you no longer crave their applause. You move in silence now, and nothing is louder than a person who stopped explaining themselves. You see, once you've been through hell, fire doesn't scare you anymore. Once you've buried versions of yourself, death starts looking like rebirth. They call you cold. No, you're just done setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm. You've seen what happens when people taste your darkness. They choke on it, then call you too much. But the truth is, they just never had the stomach for reality. Because you've met your demons. You've sat with them. You've negotiated peace treaties with every version of yourself that wanted to quit. You didn't run from them. You trained them. You turned your chaos into choreography, your pain into performance, your scars into scripture. So when they interviewed your demons, they weren't prepared for what they saw. They saw discipline in destruction. They saw clarity in madness. They saw control in the chaos. And that terrified them, because the world loves to label what it can't understand. Crazy, heartless, evil. But deep down, they know. You just stopped pretending to be smaller than your own power. You are the evolution they can't process, the silence they can't decode, the paradox they can't survive. You are living proof that even demons bow to those who face them without flinching. So let them talk. Let them lose their minds trying to figure out how you survived what should have killed you. Let them whisper about your past, because your past is still teaching them lessons their comfort will never give. You didn't come this far to be understood. You came this far to be unforgettable. And the truth is, they never feared your demons. They feared the part of you that commanded them. They wanted to document your darkness like it was a specimen, a case study in how someone like you happens. They asked you about pain, as if pain was a story you could summarize. But pain isn't language, it's vibration. It hums behind every word you speak. They thought they could measure it. They thought they could name it. But the truth is, once you've walked through that kind of fire, there's nothing left to measure. They call you unpredictable, but that's because they've never seen someone free. They mistake your silence for instability, when really you're just too focused to waste words. You move like a storm that learned patience, and that scares them. Because chaos with direction, that's not chaos anymore. That's power. They tried to make sense of you, but sense isn't what built you. Madness did, pain did, time did. You are the masterpiece carved by every moment that tried to destroy you. They looked for trauma. You showed them transformation. They looked for weakness. You gave them evolution. They looked for guilt. You handed them truth, sharp enough to cut their illusions open. They saw your demons and thought, this one's dangerous. But they missed the point entirely. The danger was never the demons. The danger was the one who learned how to control them. You know what they'll never understand. That your scars aren't there to prove you were hurt. They're there to prove you healed louder than the wound ever screamed. They're reminders that pain didn't end you. It educated you. You stopped being the victim the moment you realized the pain wasn't happening to you. It was happening for you. Every betrayal recalibrated your vision. Every loss rewired your heartbeat. Every silence built your empire. Now they're scared. Because you've become the one thing the world can't manipulate. Someone who no longer seeks permission to exist. They used to talk about you in past tense, like you were a chapter they'd closed. But you were never a story. You were the author learning how to write in blood. They wanted the version of you that smiled through suffering. But that version died the night you realized forgiveness isn't peace. It's strategy. And now, every time you smile, it's not softness. It's warning. They think you changed. No, you just woke up. And waking up in a world built on lies feels a lot like breaking. They wanted your light, but they can't handle what forged it. Because light doesn't come from purity. It comes from combustion. And you, my friend, are still burning beautifully. You don't walk into rooms anymore. You shift the temperature. People feel your energy before they see your face. They call it intensity. You call it presence. You used to shrink yourself to be palatable. Now you let your darkness breathe. You've become allergic to pretending. You learned the paradox of it all. That kindness can come from a killer. That love can bloom in madness. That angels can wear scars. And devils can wear smiles. And that's what drives them insane. Because they can't box you in. They can't categorize something that's both holy and haunted. They interviewed your demons and left questioning their own sanity. They saw reflections of themselves in every shadow they accused you of having. And that's the secret you always knew. People don't hate your darkness. They hate the part of themselves it awakens. You've become the walking contradiction that proves it all. That heaven and hell aren't places, they're choices. And you've lived through both enough times to know how to use them. Now when they look at you, they don't see a person. They see a warning label written in fire. Handle with fear. This soul survived extinction. And maybe that's the point. You weren't built to be understood. You were built to be felt. To remind people that some storms don't destroy. They redefine the landscape. You didn't just survive your demons. You recruited them. You didn't bury your past. You turned it into artillery. You didn't kill who you were. You evolved beyond the need to be liked by the dead version of yourself. So when they interviewed your demons, and their voices started shaking, and their hands began to tremble, and their smiles started to fade, You said nothing, because the silence said it all. They weren't prepared for the truth, that the real madness wasn't in your darkness, it was in your calm, the way you could look straight into the abyss.